There's so many lessons I learned from Kobe, being he was my favorite athlete and my favorite idol. But here is one lesson from his 81-point game that will help you accomplish your goals. So I remember this day to a T. I was playing basketball with my teammates, and we were at the gym just messing around, and I told him I was going home. And I was in 8th grade, 14, and he asked me, "Why are you going home?" And I told him it was to watch the Laker game. And he was like, "The Lakers suck." And at this time, they were not good. He was like, "Kobe's overrated, he sucks." And he was my favorite player. I didn't really care. The Lakers were my favorite team. Watching the Lakers is how I would bond with my dad and my grandpa. So it was always this thing where when the Lakers were on, especially around 7 when my dad was home from work, we would watch the game. So I ran home from the gym because I didn't have a car, I was only 14. And I got home in time for the start of the game. And the Lakers were not doing well in the first half. Kobe was doing well. He had 27 points. He was doing well, but the Lakers were not. And you can hear the commentators just saying, "Oh, here we go again. It's going to be another Laker loss to a bad team." The Raptors were a bad team at this time. Around this time, also, the media was very hard on Kobe. This was 2 years after Shaq left, and the Lakers still weren't doing well. So there was doubts about his ability to lead a team and lead a team to victory. Despite the Lakers' struggles at this time and the criticism of Kobe and the Lakers being down in this game at halftime, Kobe put on one of the best performances in arguably NBA history. When Kobe was 13, he discovered he loved basketball. And at 13, he made it a goal that he was going to be the best basketball player of all time. And from 13 forward, he played basketball every day unless he was injured. About halfway through his career in 2004, Kobe met Tom Glover, who was the basketball trainer for Michael Jordan. And Kobe was dealing with a knee injury after the 03 season because that's when he got surgery. And he was still struggling with his knee injury. He met Glover, and Glover helped Jordan recover from his foot injury. So Kobe and Glover were talking, and they came up with a workout plan, and Kobe actually expanded the workout plan. Instead of only working out one time a day like Glover recommended, he actually worked out 3 times a day. Kobe and Glover actually got into a physical altercation because after Kobe's 3rd workout, Glover told him to go home, and Kobe walked away from the court. Glover stayed, and sure enough, Kobe, about 5 minutes later, came back onto the court, and Glover was like, "Dude, I told you to go home. Why are you not going home?" And they got into a physical altercation. Tom Glover wrote many books about training Jordan and Kobe and the lessons he learned. And in his very last book called Winning, the introduction is of him and Kobe's last conversation. And he asked Kobe, "What's your motivation now? Like, what do you plan on doing moving forward?" And Kobe says, "I'm always looking for the next win because winning is everything." Kobe committed to winning at all costs, even if that meant scoring 81 points in a game. Commitment is the lesson of this whole video. When Kobe set his mind to something and committed mentally and emotionally, there's no way he was not going to stick to his workout routine. There was no way he wasn't going to stick to his diet. There was no way he wasn't going to do at whatever cost to be the best at his sport or to win the basketball game. I took Kobe's power to commit to heart and I applied it to myself. So I weighed 240 pounds on January 1st of 2021, and that's a lot for someone who's 6 foot. So I knew I had to make a change, and I did a bunch of research and I figured out what I needed to do from diet, nutrition, and workout, and I did that every day. There was only 3 days where I fell off of my diet in 7 months, and by the time I was 30, which was August 21st, 2021, I had a 6-pack. I actually had it a little sooner when I went to Vegas to celebrate my 30th birthday. So I lost a little over 70 pounds in 7 months, basically by super committing and hyper focusing on my routines that I needed to do to accomplish the goal, just like Kobe did with his workouts. When he committed to being the greatest, he laid out everything he had to do on and off the court, and he did it to a T. Currently, I'm trying to build a YouTube channel and an audience around mental health, and I know to build a YouTube channel is not easy. I've watched a lot of videos about it. You have to post at least once or twice a day. You have to learn how to make thumbnails. You have to come up with ideas and write scripts. So I have a plan on how I'm going to do that. Let's say on Monday, I think of ideas, write scripts. Tuesdays, I make a bunch of videos. Wednesdays, I edit. And this seems to be the recipe to have a successful YouTube channel. I know it's going to take time, but I've committed, and I'm making this video right now at 10 something p.m., which is 1 a.m. on East Coast time. And I have to be up at like 5:36 for work tomorrow. But like Kobe, I noticed there's no excuses. He set his mind to something, and once he did, it was over. There was no negotiation about it. And that's something that I think was so powerful about him. It's the Mamba mentality. It's what Kobe wrote about in his book. It's what Kobe lived. And it's what has stayed with us as humanity, as anyone who's known him. It's his Mamba mentality. It's what he's passed forward to future generations like myself and hopefully you. Commit to something. Just make a choice. Ask yourself what you want and hyper focus on it. Have that end goal, that end image in mind, and just replay that in your head anytime you don't want to take an action towards that goal. And stick to your schedule, your routine, your steps you need to accomplish the goal day after day after day. And perhaps one day you'll have a big moment or a major win in your life.